Today, we are going to dive into the tech pillar to explore how we can leverage technology for kingdom impact. You know, sometimes as Christian entrepreneurs, we can feel conflicted about technology. Is it drawing us away from God? Is it too worldly? But I've learned that technology, like any other tool, can be used for God's glory when we approach it with intention and wisdom. As it says in 1 Chronicles 12, verse 32, the men of Issachar understood the times and knew what Israel should do. In our times, understanding and properly using technology is crucial for not only expanding our reach, but for a bigger impact for God's kingdom. In today's episode, we're going to explore 3 key areas. 1, using social media for your coaching business. 2, productivity tools for Christian entrepreneurs. And 3, building online communities that honor God. Hey Coach, welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur Show. I'm 𝗙𝗵𝗍𝗬, self-proclaimed mama bear of the coaching industry, certified professional coach, mentor, consultant, tech trainer, and a faith-fueled business maven with a knack for turning chaos into gold. If you are ready to leverage your hard-earned coaching certification, get clarity, create ripples in the marketplace, build a business that glorifies God, and make money, this podcast is for you. You can find out more and connect with me over at 𝗙𝗵𝗍𝗬.coach. Ready to dig into today's show? Get ready for a dash of sass, a sprinkle of wit, a dose of wisdom, and a whole lot of no-nonsense strategies that will transform your life and your business. Let's go. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start with social media. I've found that Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook are particularly powerful for Christian coaches and also consultants. Each platform serves a unique purpose in our ministries through business, right? I believe that ministry is business. Let me share how I use each one of these. I believe that Instagram is perfect for sharing quick biblical wisdom through stories. You can create reels with business tips infused with your faith. You can use carousel posts for step-by-step teaching, and you can actually go live for deeper connections with your audience if you want to. Using highlights to organize your faith-based business content. I love those highlights at the top. Now, LinkedIn is ideal for publishing long-form articles, not only about business, but about faith in your business. It's also great for connecting with other Christian professionals, sharing testimonies of God's work in business. How about engaging in meaningful business discussions and actually building your professional presence? Facebook offers unique opportunities through groups, creating faith-based communities for your clients, or Facebook Lives where you're hosting prayer sessions, Bible studies, or even lessons, right? You're learning, you could do those Facebook Lives, the challenges. I'm like tongue twisted today. You can do watch parties, sharing inspiring content, business content. You can use it for events. You can build a business page, and you can also use Messenger. Now, I use what I call the 40-40-20 principle across all 3 platforms. 40% are valuable business insights, 40% is faith-integrated wisdom, and then 20% personal stories, sometimes behind-the-scene glimpses. Most of my personal posts and stories are about Nico. I'm sure you've met him if you follow me on social media. Now, what's powerful about using all 3 platforms is that each reaches a different audience, right? Instagram most likely is connecting with the younger entrepreneurs. LinkedIn is reaching established professionals, and Facebook is engaging with community-focused believers and business owners. Remember, it's really not about being everywhere because that would be too exhausting, but being intentional with where you are. So choose the platform where you can best serve your specific audience and start there. As God expands your reach, then you can grow into the others. Now let's talk about productivity tools for Christian entrepreneurs. For time management, I used to spend a lot of time using Google Calendar, and I had a 3G system: God time, growth time, and give time. And what that looked like was I would use sometimes different color blocks, right? So let's say I used a purple block for God time, and that God time included my morning devotional and prayer. It might have included a Bible study, lesson, or session. It could include worship, reflection, or spiritual journeying time. Then the next block is growth time, and you can use a different color for that. Choose maybe green. And this block is where you're going to focus on business planning and strategy, your content creation, learning and development, and even your marketing activities. And then finally, the last block is the give time. Maybe you can make that block the color gold. And this is where you might be giving free coaching sessions or actual, client coaching sessions. It might be community engagement or team meetings. You could also reserve that time for any service, volunteer work, or ministry work. What makes Google Calendar perfect for this is you can set recurring blocks for consistent God time. And let's face it, if you're using a phone, whether it's iPhone or Android, you're on that device all the time. You have a calendar, use it. Use it, use it, use it. Color coding gives you a visual overview of balance, and it does sync across all devices. So if you're, you can use it to sync with your laptop or your iPad as well. You can also set reminders to transition between different tasks, and you can share availability while keeping private blocks private. For content creation and planning, I use Asana. It has transformed how I organize and create my content. Here's my simple system. I organize my content into different key sections. I have different columns for different things. I have content ideas. I have my content calendar. And then it's all my cards that I create in Asana are tied to one of my 4 pillars: life, business, faith, and tech. You can also have a column that you could label in progress. These are the podcast episodes that I might be currently working on. It could be content that I've brainstormed, but I haven't completely edited yet. And I want to also include that you should start each piece with prayer, right? Invite God into all of your business activities. Then I have a column that's the published column, or I sometimes separate it by the day of the week, right? If you're in certain groups, you might know that on Mondays you can post in group A, but on Tuesdays you can't. You can post in group B. So you can also categorize it by the days of the week where you're allowed to post in other people's groups if you're using Facebook. What I love about Asana is that it helps me keep God at the center of my content creation, but it also helps me stay organized and consistent in my messaging. The other thing that I love about Asana is you can invite team members. You can also use it with clients if you want to. I have a VA, and she has access to my Asana account. For client management and email marketing, I personally use ActiveCampaign. The only reason I am still there is because I have all of my email campaigns are in there, and I have a lot of lists in there. But for my clients, I used to set them up with ActiveCampaign in the beginning. ActiveCampaign over a year ago decided to increase their pricing significantly. So I now encourage my clients to use MailerLite. Now, if you'd like the details on the MailerLite setup, you can check out the episode that I did where I did a deep dive into email marketing. But the key is that it helps me nurture relationships, will help you nurture relationships while you are automating the routine aspects of client communication. I hope that makes sense. Finally, let's talk about building online communities that honor God. So online community building, it's not just about growing numbers. I know a lot of us have that goal to build our audience, but it really is about creating spaces where people can experience God's love and wisdom through business relationships, right? Through you. So here's what I've learned. Establish clear biblical values for your community if you're offering a faith-based community. Foster those connections, really genuine, raw relation connections through regular engagement. You can do structured spaces for prayer and celebration, but you want to make sure that everything or most of the things that you're posting is always pointing back to God. Remember, 1 Peter 4:10 says, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others, not ourselves, right? As faithful stewards of God's grace in its varying forms. I love that scripture. It's actually the mission statement, the mission scripture for my business. Before we wrap it up, let me share this week's One Thing Challenge. This week, I challenge you to do a digital mission audit, and here's how you're going to do that. List all your digital platforms and the tools that you're using, and for each one, answer these 3 questions. How am I currently using the tool? How could I better use it to serve others and glorify God? And what one improvement could I make this week? Then step 3 is choose one platform and implement that improvement. The goal isn't to overwhelm you with changes, but to help you be more intentional about using technology for kingdom impact. Start small, but just start somewhere. Now, as we close, remember that technology is neither good nor bad inherently. It's how we use it that matters. So let's be like the men of 𝗖𝗂𝗃, understanding our times and using the tools God has provided to expand his kingdom through our business. Next week, we're going to dive into the faith pillar again, and we're going to talk about overcoming business challenges through faith. I'll talk about biblical examples of perseverance, prayer strategies for those difficult times in business, and then also trusting in God's plan. Now, if you are, if you consider yourself, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. If you consider yourself not tech savvy or tech challenged, or maybe you have a limiting belief thinking that you're not able to do all this tech stuff, right? That you're not able to work with Trello or Asana or MailerLite. I want to encourage you to reach out to me. I'm going to offer those of you who are stuck in this one area a 90-minute call for $97, and I'm going to help you get set up. I'm not going to help you do all the steps, but I'm going to help you get it all set up and show you how easy it is. If this speaks to you, you're going to have to message me or email me. You can message me on Messenger, Denise Milianta, or you can send me an email, info@denisemilianta.coach, because that's the only way I'll know if this is for you. So thank you for joining me today. I encourage you to take on the Digital Mission Audit Challenge, and may God bless you and guide you in using technology for his glory. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Coach by God Entrepreneur. If this blessed you, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. I would be truly blessed if you shared this podcast with another coach. And remember, success in coaching is not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Tune in for more insights and actionable strategies in my upcoming episodes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and let God lead the way to your coaching greatness.